A Convert's Experience Umrah Edition. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca and I'm a Muslim convert of over 10 years. Today we're going to be talking about my experience of Umrah as a convert, so let's get into it. So in terms of the prep I did before performing Umrah, I did very little. I knew how to pray, in some parts with dodgy pronunciation, but in terms of actually preparing for the Umrah, I didn't prepare at all. When I was on the plane to Jeddah, I was panicking. I wouldn't say my heart was racing, but I definitely felt a sense of I didn't know what I was doing and I was out of my depth. I felt like everyone else was really prepared. Everyone else knew how to read Quran. Everyone else knew Arabic du'as, whereas I was turning up with 3 surahs, just about knowing how to pray and not knowing any Arabic du'as. Alhamdulillah, I went with a group of converts and an imam, and the imam had literally prepared everything. He did a class before we went to Umrah and he sat us down and he talked us through the whole process. But when he was explaining it to us, I felt like it wasn't going in. So I still felt super nervous about doing it because I felt like I'm going to get something wrong, or I'm not going to do it right, or I'm just going to get in the middle of the Kaaba and not know what to do. But Alhamdulillah, he gave us a book as well, and this book told us how to do Umrah. But to be honest, I was still feeling very nervous about Umrah, even though I'd had this book and had this talk. Like, I just felt like I didn't understand what I was doing and I was going to get there and not know what I was doing. But when I arrived at the Kaaba, it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Like, it was such an amazing experience. Like, my heart just felt like it was exploding. Like, when I looked at the Kaaba, it, like, all those worries about I'm going to do it wrong, I'm not going to know what I'm doing, all went away, and I just felt deeply spiritual. When I first saw the Kaaba, I felt Allah's presence. I felt this very strong sense of God in my heart. I don't really want to go into it, but before I'd actually arrived in Mecca, I was having really bad mental health. Like, my bipolar was really playing up. So I had this really bad anxiety that when I got to the Kaaba, my mental health is going to be really bad. I'm going to have a panic attack. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. And honestly, when I got there, like, I just felt such a sense of God that all those worries I had about my mental health were just not there anymore. I firmly believe that that was a mercy from God to me, and that God wanted me to perform Umrah, and that's why I was able to do it. I do genuinely believe that Allah could have just said, oh, I'm going to make your mental health bad so you won't be able to do it, but he literally took all that bad mental health away and let me perform Umrah in completely a good mental state. One thing I've always struggled with my mental health is having a lot of people around me and things being very busy. I always have panic attacks whenever it's really busy. I get sensory overload, I get all these sorts of things. And you think the Kaaba, how busy it is, I would be feeling anxious, I would be feeling nervous, but no, I just felt this sense of inner peace, which cannot be put into words, like such inner peace. I ended up doing Umrah 3 times, and each time I did it, like, I just felt the same inner peace when I saw it and when I was making my du'as. So my main advice to someone who's going to Umrah and maybe you feel like you can't prepare beforehand is just go with an organised group with an imam, because the imam will talk you through how to do it. At least he did for us as convert. And I'm going to put a picture of the book that we used on this slide. I'd highly recommend getting this book if you're going to do Umrah and you don't know what you're doing. Like, it just goes through step by step. It has du'as at different steps. And it was just honestly a godsend when I was doing Umrah. There was a lot of other stuff I did while I was in Saudi Arabia. So I went to Medina, I spent a lot of time in the mosque praying and this sort of thing. But I haven't really gone into that in this video because I just wanted to focus on my Umrah experience. There's also a lot of things about my Umrah experience I haven't included, like I went around with the Imam's wife to do the Umrah and this sort of thing, but I just thought I'll keep it short and sweet and hopefully it'll be helpful and beneficial to someone, inshallah. If you have any questions about my experience of Umrah as a convert, please leave them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. So thank you for watching.